Breaking news. Western sanctions are not the worst thing that could happen to Russia's economy. Putin. Experts tell Insider that Vladimir Putin has crippled the Russian economy in order to fund the war in Ukraine. According to experts, Moscow's official data paints a false picture of the country's health. The ruble is in freefall, workers are fleeing in droves, and civil war is still a real possibility. Since Moscow began its war with Ukraine in February, the West has imposed severe sanctions on the country, but much of Russia's economic troubles can be attributed to Vladimir Putin's questionable and counterproductive leadership. Russia supplied nearly 40% of the natural gas and 25% of the crude oil used by the European Union before the special military operation began. Putin has turned Moscow into a pariah state in the past year and a half, isolating the city from the international financial system, cutting off access to the world's most lucrative trade routes, and causing a massive exodus of skilled workers. According to experts, a lot of the trouble started with themselves. Researchers at Yale Jeffrey Sonnenfeld and Stephen Tien told Insider on Monday that Putin has lost the economic battle to such an extent that he is now desperately trying to maintain a status quo that is rapidly dissolving under his feet. He's devouring core bedrock industries, Sonnenfeld remarked. Putin is raiding the startup funds of state-run energy and financial companies to fund his war effort, which controls the vast majority of the economy. Foreign exchange is changed forever. Russia's top exports, including wheat, lumber, and metals, now sell for less than they did before the invasion, and the country is barely breaking even on its energy trade. Yale academics view Putin's cannibalization of the economy, which they attribute to his lack of trade income, as a result of his imposing draconian windfall taxes on businesses and individuals. Laying on onerous taxes is doing nothing for the economic health of the country, but it allows him to pay bills, Sonnenfeld remarked. Putin's policy blunders were inevitable, Tien argues, after Putin made the initial decision to invade Ukraine, and Russia's trade status may never be the same as a result. It is becoming more and more obvious that other countries can function adequately in the international economy without Russia. He's destroying the historical underpinnings of the Russian economy, Tien said of Vladimir Putin. Its primary exports have traditionally been commodities, however, there is no longer a demand for Russian commodities. According to research from Yale University provided to Insider, Russia has lost its natural gas market for good. Regasification projects across Europe have brought online nearly 100 BCM of natural gas since February 2022, allowing the continent to quickly recover from the initial supply shock. New floating storage units have been developed and brought online in record time, with Germany at the forefront of this effort. While China and India have emerged as major buyers of discounted Russian crude in the past year, deep price cuts and lengthy shipping times mean that these transactions aren't doing much to prop up Russia's economy. Sonnenfeld remarked that if Putin were present on the call with us today, he couldn't point to a single policy or economic positive, for himself, the Russian people, or the economy.